last season of the game, ended with a
Yeah,
good cliffhanger. A lot of things, going on in regards to the protest. Now, I know you don't want to give too much away, but what
right.
can people expect going into season two of the game?
Um, what people can expect with season two is so we're picking up right after season one left. But I think there is going to be there's going to be some information that people need about the characters' personal lives from their past. So before we move forward in the season, we're going to get like a nice little flashback into each of the characters' past, how they ended up in the situation that they're currently in, and the type of decisions that they've made that have put them in their current predicament and how it will also affect their future.
And that's obviously a big deal with your character Jameson Fields, with everything
Yeah,
going on. It's so many stories, and we all remember the X showing up. So I don't want to spoil it for
yeah,
people watching or Paramount Plus, but some good stuff. But
yes, sir. Yeah, the X shows up, man, and you know, just like any athlete will tell you, when the X shows up, as soon as you start getting some success, then that's when you got to start looking after yourself a little bit more. So that's definitely going to be some drama with that.
your character Jameson and dealing with Brittany Pitts is gonna be a fun situation for you. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to get into that. But just with you, obviously, you have a background as a running back, Division I football. Just can you go into that, just that transition from being an athlete to now being a successful actor?
Yeah, man. I honestly, uh, I think that I compare acting and the set so much to my football and sports experience. And the way I do that is because, you train constantly. You're constantly training, constantly working fundamentals. Honestly, I work more fundamentals with acting than I do like actual scenes and stuff. I'm just working on my fundamentals, just like I did when I was playing running back. And then, you have your team like on set, you have the set, you have the crew, you have your coach, you have a director, you got the coach's boss, you got the politics of that. So it's very similar. I think for me, the biggest reminder is like when I was a running back and I had the rock in my hands, like, yes, I have my team, but the spotlight is on me. Once they give me that ball, it's up to me now to figure out how to, get it down the field and score a touchdown. And somebody might miss a block and I got to react to that. A linebacker might blitz and then I got to react to that, or I got to pick up a pass block. So I really compare that to acting, where you go in with a game plan, you go in there with what you want to do, and when they say action, you really don't know what's going to happen. You just kind of depend on your fundamentals, you depend on your coaching, and you make adjustments on the fly, man. So it's a very similar feeling for me.
That's good stuff, man. And it's always good to see athletes make that transition and doing something. Obviously, you're killing it right now in the game. So I just
Thank
have
you, sir.
you have to acknowledge that, but I also got to acknowledge the fact that your father played in the
Mm-hmm.
NFL. And was it anything that he went through with his career? Obviously, he's a two-time Super Bowl champion. I got to shout that out. It's a big deal. Was
Yes,
it?
sir.
Did he play a big part in your aspirations and dreams in working like doing football?
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know any, I don't know how you can be a son of a football player, an NFL football player who's won the Super Bowl twice, and not grow up thinking like you're going to be in the league and you're going to be an athlete to that caliber. So definitely when I was younger, Pop Warner, JV, varsity, all that, even through college, I had NFL aspirations. I wanted to be just like my dad. So he played a huge part in inspiring me um, and molding like the type of dreams that I had when it came to football. Obviously when you get to college, you start being a little more realistic and figuring out, okay, do I really want to do this? Is this really something possible for me? And obviously my path took a different turn, but yeah, throughout my childhood and throughout high school, I definitely had a lot of inspiration from my father.
Okay, now I have to ask. Obviously, I do USA Today, the Chiefs Wire. The
Yeah,
the rivalry between the Broncos and Chiefs is pretty well noted. Obviously, AFC West.
right.
Do you remember anything maybe like your dad talked about just playing at Arrowhead Stadium? Because we always hear about how loud it is and the atmosphere there. Has he ever told you any stories about just those experiences?
Yeah, you know what, man? He didn't specify the Chiefs, but he has stories for days. And he would always say, like, when it came to them, it was just a hard game. It was just a hard game. Like they it was one of those like gridiron games for them. You know, like it's like it's gonna come down to the wire. You know that uh uh that y'all it's gonna be a dogfight. It's gonna be a dogfight. So that's really the things that he used to tell me about the Chiefs when it came to playing them. Like it's just gonna be a dogfight. It's gonna come down to the wire. No matter how much we plan, something's gonna have. We're gonna have to adjust for them because they always got weapons. They were a sound team. He was playing in 97, 98. They were like uh fundamentally sound. They were very coached very well, and then so were the Broncos, obviously. So it was really just like who wants it more. It's gonna be a dogfight. So that's what I specifically remember him talking about with that, with his experience with them.
Definitely, and obviously you came away with the 2 Super Bowl rings, played a big role on those teams. Now, for you, you grew up in Baltimore,
Yep.
so I keep hearing that you're a Ravens fan. So
Yeah.
you gotta give me some feedback with that, man. You're a Ravens fan. You've seen the recent rivalry. You see Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, all the talk behind
Yep.
it too. What is your thoughts watching it as a fan?
Honestly, man, I think when I was growing up, our biggest rival was the Steelers when I was growing up. You know what I mean? But now, like obviously with the AFC, I think really the quarterbacks is what causes the a lot of fire for the rivalry. Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. It's like they both they're not similar styles, but like they are huge weapons, and they make the offense way more versatile in what they can do. So I think it's a rivalry because you really kind of seeing like the same type of performances, the same type of weapons on both sides of the ball, and you're really watching it like who's gonna do what, who's gonna stand out because it can go either way. And I think it's more fun. I think it's because I think it's a funner rivalry to get behind because a lot of they're both young quarterbacks too. So it has a different fan base, and I think it's something like to reignite the rivalry for the AFC.
Oh, he definitely have revolutionized the quarterback position, and it's going to
Exactly.
be what they want to see for years to come. So
Exactly. Honestly, like I haven't seen as dynamic quarterbacks like this. Also with Dak Preston from Cowboys since like Vic. You know what I mean? Like they really remind me of Michael Vick, man, watching him back in the day. So I think that's the real funny part about it.
it's the evolution of the position, and that's just
Yeah.
what the NFL is looking at right now. But
Yep.
speaking about quarterbacks, so I have a fun question for you right now. This might be a little tough. It might be with your co-stars, and then you also got to think about the football part of it. But I need you to be Jamison Fields for a moment, okay?
Okay. I'm Jameson right now. What's up?
Jamison Fields, all right. If you have a
Uh-huh.
choice, he's a check down. You got a quarterback who's going to throw a check down to you. Who would you prefer, Malik Wright or Patrick Mahomes?
I'm definitely picking Patrick, man. I'm definitely picking Patrick because Malik Wright, first of all, uh, I will say this: Malik is a great actor. Malik is a great actor. So, yeah, him actually throwing a football to me on the actual football field, I need somebody that I know is going to get it there and not get me killed or not get a turnover. So I'm going with Patrick on that one. Malik might throw that ball into the stands, bro. I don't know where that ball is going.
That is probably the best political correct answer you could give. He's a great actor, and then you
He's
got
a
Patrick
great actor.
Mahomes, the quarterback. So I thought that
He's
was
a great actor. Yeah, he might mess around and spike that thing. So I'm gonna go with Patrick.
well. We're definitely looking forward to the new season of the game. Vaughn, thank you so much for taking some time, man. Really
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
man.